Hello and welcome everybody to my channel Omni Bio Entrance, and today we will be seeing Pondicherry University MSc Entrance Exam question paper for the subject Biochemistry and Molecular Biology conducted in the year 2013. So coming to the first question. Pernicious anemia is developed due to deficiency of vitamin B12. Answer is option B. Now, pernicious anemia is due to the inability of the body to properly utilize vitamin B12. Now, next one. Choose the drug which is a H2 receptor antagonist. So, H2 blockers, they are group of medicines that reduce the amount of acid produced by the cells in the lining of the stomach. They are also called histamine H2 receptor antagonist, but are commonly called H2 blockers. So an example which is a drug which is a H2 receptor antagonist is ranitidine. Answer is option D. Now next one. Vasopressin possesses the following property: antidiuretic property, vasodilation property, release of a thyroid hormone into the plasma, and diuretic property. So vasopressin has got antidiuretic property. Answer is option A. Loosening of teeth, gingivitis and hemorrhage occurs in the deficiency of. It occurs in the deficiency of vitamin C. Answer is option D. Then next one. Mechanism of rifampicin action is. It is inhibition of DNA dependent RNA polymerase. So rifampicin inhibits DNA dependent RNA polymerase. Answer is option B. Then half-life is the time required to. It's the time required to change the amount of a drug in plasma by half during elimination. Answer is option A. What is the preferred specimen for analysis of glucose in blood? So the preferred specimen for analysis of glucose is fluoride oxalate plasma. Answer is option B. The next one. Fasting plasma true glucose level is. It is 70 to 110 mg per 100 ml. Answer is option A. Diabetes mellitus can be detected by which test using urine specimen? Answer is option A. Rothera's test. Blood cholesterol is elevated in which of the following condition? So, blood cholesterol is elevated in case of hypothyroidism. Answer is option A. Estimation of serum triglycerides is a diagnostic importance in. It is a diagnostic importance in hyperlipidemias. Answer is option B. Then next one. Ben-Jones proteins may be excreted in the urine of patients suffering from multiple myeloma. Answer is option B. A competitive inhibitor of an enzyme. It increases Km without affecting Vmax. Now a competitive inhibitor is one that binds to the active site of the enzyme and prevents substrate binding to the active site of the enzyme. What does it do? It increases Km without affecting Vmax. So Vmax of the enzyme doesn't change even when the inhibitor is added, but Km increases. Then insulin does all of the following except: enhance glucose transport into muscles, enhance glycogen formation by liver, enhance amino acid transport into muscles, enhances gluconeogenesis in liver. Answer is option D. Enhances gluconeogenesis in liver. Okay, so answer is option D. Then triglycerides are digested in the intestine by the enzyme. They are by the enzyme lipase. Answer is option D. They hydrolyze triglycerides, that is fats, into their component fatty acid and glycerol molecules. Answer is option D. RNA molecules that exhibit catalytic activity are called. They are called as ribozymes. Answer is option D. In addition to proteins, major components of very low density lipoproteins circulating in the blood of a normally fed mammal include triacylglycerols, cholesterol and phospholipids. Answer is option A. The rate limiting step of fatty acid synthesis is catalyzed by. This is a repeated question. So the rate limiting step in fatty acid synthesis is the formation of malonyl CoA from acetyl CoA by the enzyme acetyl CoA carboxylase. So the answer is option A, acetyl CoA carboxylase. Then next one. The depletion in the ozone layer is caused by. It is caused by option C, chlorofluorocarbons. Then next one. Acid rain is formed due to contribution from the following pair of gases. So it is caused by carbon dioxide and sulfur dioxide. Answer is option D. How many joules is 1 kilowatt hour? So it is 3.6 into 10 raised to 6 joules. Answer is option A. Who is the father of India's Green Revolution? He is Dr. M.S. Swaminathan. Answer is option A. Then, carboxyhemoglobin is formed in the blood due to the exposure to. So, carboxyhemoglobin is formed by binding of carbon monoxide to hemoglobin. So, answer is option A, carbon monoxide or CO. What is Minimata disease? Minimata disease is caused by mercury poisoning. Answer is option A. Then next one. Which one of the below given enzymes is not considered as liver function enzyme? So alkaline is alanine transaminase, aspartate transaminase, amylase. Answer is option D, amylase. Then what is a teratogen? So teratogen is an agent that can disturb the development of the embryo or fetus. So answer is option A. What is xenobiotic? Any substance foreign to living systems, that is xenobiotic. Answer is option A. Mechanisms that contribute to transmembrane movement of chemicals include all of the following except the process of passive diffusion, the process of active transport, the process of biotransformation, the process of filtration. So answer is option C. This is not a mechanism of movement. So answer is option C, the process of biotransformation. Then cytochrome P450 monooxygenases catalyzes all of the following reactions except sulfation, hydroxylation, O dealkylation and epoxidation. So answer is option A, sulfation. So next one. Conjugation reactions always yield an inactive metabolite, tend to decrease the molecular weight of many toxicants, tend to yield more water soluble products, include hydroxylation and glucuronidation. So conjugation reaction, they tend to yield more water soluble products. Answer is option C. Then next one. The immune system is composed of all of the following except serum albumin, interleukins, T lymphocytes, B lymphocytes. So answer is option A, serum albumin. Which of the following ionizing radiation has the shortest range? That is, travels the shortest distance in tissue for the same initial energy. So the answer is alpha particle, option A. Polyploidy occurs when a cell contains. Now polyploidy, the condition in which a normal diploid cell or organism acquire one or more additional set of chromosomes. In other words, polyploid cell or organism has 3 or more times the haploid chromosome number. So the answer here is multiple copies of all chromosomes. So answer is option D. Then agonist are chemicals that agonist is a chemical that bind to a receptor and activate the receptor to produce a biological response. So answer is bind to a membrane receptor and initiate a response. Answer is option B. Bind to a membrane receptor and initiate a response. Then next one. Choose the correct statement about the genetic code. So include 61 codons for amino acids and 3 stop codons. 3 bases per codon. Some amino acids are coded by multiple codons. All of the above. So the answer is all the above statements are correct with regards to genetic code. Then next one. X chromosome inactivation. It takes place in female mammals where one of the 2 copies of the X chromosome is made transcriptionally inactive. Answer is option B. Now option C, take place in humans so that the same X chromosome is inactive in all of the cells of the female. Each cell independently or randomly activates one copy of the X chromosome. So it is not the same X chromosome that is inactivated always, but it can be any of the one X chromosome. DNA ligase is. So DNA ligase is an enzyme that joins DNA fragments by catalyzing the formation of phosphodiester bond. So answer is an enzyme that joins DNA fragments. Answer is option A. Then HFR strain of E. coli contains. It contains a bacterial chromosome with an F factor inserted. So the answer is option C. Next one. In which phase of the cell cycle does DNA replication occur? So answer is the S phase. This is also a repeated question. Not only for Pondicherry University, for other universities also they have asked this question. Now next one. Antibiotics such as ciprofloxacin, fluoroquinolines work by inhibiting a specific enzyme that normally relieves torsional strain that is caused by unwinding of the helix during replication. What is the name of this enzyme? The enzyme is topoisomerase or DNA gyrase. Answer is option B. There is one question with the topoisomerase. It's been asked for the past 2 or 3 years. So be thorough with topoisomerase. Then next one. Which of the following technique is primarily undertaken to amplify DNA? So we use the technique polymerase chain reaction or PCR. In polymerase chain reaction, all of the following are used except Taq polymerase, oligonucleotide primers, deoxynucleoside triphosphates. They all are used in polymerase chain reaction except restriction enzymes. Answer is option B. Then next one. The following are features of DNA replication except semi-conservative, yes. It is semi-discontinuous, yes. It is unidirectional, no. It is bidirectional from the origin of replication. So answer is option C. This semi-conservative and semi-discontinuous, it's a repeated question. I have explained what is semi-discontinuous in my previous explanation of I don't remember the year in which they have asked, but I have explained that one. You can refer the previous question papers. Which out of the following mechanism is involved in the production of variety of immunoglobulins, each specific for a specific antigen? So answer is gene rearrangement. Answer is option C. Then next one. Which out of the following is a common enzyme for de novo as well as salvage pathway of purine biosynthesis? It is PRPP synthetase. Answer is option B. Now next one. Which of the following is an example of post-transcriptional modification? So the pre-mRNA molecule undergoes three main modifications, that is 5' capping, 3' polyadenylation and splicing. So out of these, the example of post-transcriptional modification is splicing. Answer is option A. Ergosterol is a precursor of vitamin D. Answer is option A. Then icosanoids are derived from arachidonic acid. So answer is option A, 20 carbon polyunsaturated fatty acid. So answer is option A. Then perilipin is present. So perilipin is located on the surface layer of intracellular lipid droplets in adipocytes. So answer is option A, adipocyte. Option B, adipocytes. Then next one. Aspirin inhibits the function of. Now cyclooxygenases leads to the formation of prostaglandins that cause inflammation, swelling, pain and fever. So aspirin, it inhibits the function of cyclooxygenases because cyclooxygenases lead to the formation of prostaglandins that result in inflammation, swelling and pain and fever. Then essential fatty acids are precursors of. Now arachidonic acid is synthesized from alpha-linolenic acid, that is an essential fatty acid, by the enzymes delta-6 desaturase. So essential fatty acid are precursors of. Answer is option A, arachidonate. Then chylomicrons. Chylomicrons are formed in the endoplasmic reticulum in the absorptive cells, that is enterocytes of the small intestine. So answer is option C, formed in intestinal cells. Then next one, insulin promotes fatty acid biosynthesis. That is insulin in the circulation along with glucose is elevated during feeding of a high carbohydrate diet and induces enzymes involved in fatty acid and triacylglycerol synthesis. So answer is option B. Then next one, hormone sensitive lipases are activated by. They are activated by glucagon. Answer is option C. The proton sugar transporter in bacteria is. It is a symporter. Answer is option B. This is a repeated question. Now next one. The major plant hormone auxin causes cell expansion. This is also a repeated question, have been asked for 1 or 2 years. Then ovule is attached to the placenta by a slender stalk called. This is also a repeated question. Answer is option D, funicle. Then next one. Sugars that contain a free aldehyde or a ketone group in the open chain configuration are called. They are called reducing sugars. This is also a repeated question. Now next one. Nematode is a round worm. Answer is option A. This is also a repeated question. Ascorbic acid may be associated with all of the following except participation in hydroxylation reaction. So answer is option D. Next one. The characteristic that all lipids have in common is they are all made of fatty acids and glycerol. None of them is very high in energy content. They are all acidic when mixed with water. None of them dissolves in water. Yes, that is the characteristic of all lipids. That is, none of them dissolves in water because they are all non-polar molecules. Then next one. What best explains the observation of substrate specificity? So answer is option A, that is there is a precise compatibility between an enzyme's active site and the substrate molecule. Answer is option A. Which of the following hormone has the broadest range of targets? So, adrenocorticotropic hormone, that is ACTH, the target organs is adrenal cortex. For TSH, that is thyroid stimulating hormone, the target organ is thyroid gland. ADH or antidiuretic hormone, the target organs are kidney tubules, smooth muscles in arterioles. And for epinephrine, the target organs are muscles, lungs, heart and blood vessels. So from among the following options, option C, that is epinephrine, is having the broadest range of targets. So answer is option C. Then next one. Which of the following hormones have antagonistic, that is opposing effect? So insulin and glucagon is the answer. Now insulin and glucagon are produced by beta and alpha cells of islets of Langerhans of pancreas. Now both act antagonistically to each other. Insulin decreases the blood glucose level while glucagon increases blood glucose level. Glucagon causes the liver to convert stored glycogen into glucose, which is released into the bloodstream, and insulin regulates the metabolism of carbohydrates and fats, promoting the absorption of glucose from the blood to skeletal muscles and fat tissues, and by causing fat to be stored rather than be used for energy. So insulin and glucagon are having antagonistic or opposing effects. Then next one. When the level of juvenile hormone are maintained at artificially high level, insects will. So they will be unable to advance to the pupal stage. Answer is option D. So juvenile hormone increased level prevents larval insect stages from undergoing metamorphosis to viable adults and thus act as a larvicide. So increased levels of juvenile hormone, the insect will be unable to advance to a pupal stage. Then next one. It takes much longer for sex hormones and other steroids to produce their effects than it takes non-steroid hormones. Why? Because steroid causes target cells to make new proteins which take times. So answer is option C. Then next one. The two nitrogen atoms in urea are contributed by. They are contributed by ammonia and aspartate. Answer is option C. All of the following are functions of prostaglandins except. Answer is option D, prevention of myocardial infarction. Then calcitrol synthesis involves. It involves both liver and kidney. Answer is option A. The activity of tocopherols is destroyed by. It is destroyed by commercial cook. Answer is option A. Then next one. Vitamin K is involved in post-translational modification of the blood clotting factors by acting as cofactor for the enzyme carboxylase. Answer is option A. Sterilized milk lacks in. It lacks in vitamin C. Answer is option C. An example of ligases is. It is succinate thiokinase. Answer is option A. LDH1 and LDH2 are elevated in. So LDH isoenzymes 1 and 2 are more specific for RBC destruction, but these enzymes are also increased in patients with myocardial infarction. So answer is option A, myocardial infarction. Then next one. A non-functional plasma enzyme is. So answer is option D, that is lipase. Then next one. Cori disease, limit dextrinosis, is caused due to the absence of. It is caused due to absence of debranching enzyme. Answer is option B. A lipotrophic factor is. Lipotrophic factor are substances which facilitate mobilization of fat and prevent accumulation of fat in liver. They are called as lipotrophic factors. So answer is option A. That is choline. Choline decreases oxidation of fatty acids, decreases phospholipid synthesis, and impairs lipoprotein synthesis. So answer is option A, choline. Fatty liver is caused by CCl4. Answer is option B. Then next one, molecular iron is it is stored in the body in combination with ferritin. Answer is option C. Then hormone that binds to cell surface receptor and require the second messenger CAMP is. Answer is option C, that is calcitrol. Then erythromycin acts on ribosomes and erythromycin inhibits translocation. Answer is option D. Then next one, the half-life of protein depends on N-terminus amino acid. The N-end rule is the rule that governs the rate of protein degradation through recognition of the N-terminal residue of proteins. The rule states that the N-terminal amino acid of a protein determine its half-life, that is, time after which half of the tolerant of a given polypeptide, half of the total amount of a given polypeptide is degraded. So answer is option B, N-terminus amino acid. Then next one, carrier protein can be. Answer is option D, perform all these functions, that is, transport only one substance, transport more than one substance, exchange one substance for another. So a carrier protein can perform all these functions. So answer is option D. A lipid bilayer is permeable to. It is permeable to. Answer is option A, that is urea. Out of all these, it is permeable to urea. Then rotation refers to change in. So rotation refers to change in the specific optical rotation representing the interconversion of alpha and beta anomers of D-glucose to an equilibrium. So answer is option B, optical rotation. Then tautomerization is shift of hydrogen. Answer is option A. The enzyme used in polymerase chain reaction is that is Taq polymerase, obtained from Thermus aquaticus. So which of the following is a microsomal enzyme inducer? It is glutathione. Answer is option D. Identify the correct molecule which controls the biosynthesis of proteins in living organism. So answer is option A, that is DNA. Then next one, the tear secretion contains an antibacterial enzyme known as lysozyme. Answer is option C. Identify one of the carbonic anhydrase inhibitor that inhibits only luminal carbonic anhydrase enzyme. So answer is option B, acetazolamide. Group transferring coenzyme is, so that is CoA. Answer is option A. The coenzyme containing and automatic. It is a printing mistake. It is not automatic. It is aromatic. Hetero ring in the structure is. Answer is option B, TPP. Sorry. Next one. The example of hydrogen transferring coenzyme is. It is NADP+. Answer is option B. Enzyme catalyzed hydrolysis of protein produces amino acids of the form. It produces amino acid of the form L. So answer is option C. This is also a repeated question. Transaminase activity needs the coenzyme. It needs the coenzyme BEPO4. Answer is option B. The biosynthesis of urea occurs mainly in the liver. It occurs in the which organelle? That is mitochondria. That is liver mitochondria. Answer is option B. Which of the following organism is not represented in locus link? So out of these, Escherichia coli is not represented in locus link. Which is the first sequenced free living bacterial genome? It is of Haemophilus influenza. Answer is option D. So that's it, and thank you for watching my channel. Please like, share and subscribe.